What's happening, Vault Hunters? We're back in Borderlands 1, back in the Dull Headland, and we've got a few different tasks to do here, but pretty soon I think we're going to be tracking down Mad Mel, which is a serious threat in this area that we're going to have to overcome. Right, where is Lucky's Bounty Board? Fuel feud. Goes to the vault. Normal. Okay. Well, there's a few things there. We probably need to do a few just to keep our level ticking along. Make sure we don't get in an issue. Definitely going to do goes to the vault because that is very relevant to the story. Let's do the fuel feud. Said it right that time. And we'll take that one. I'll leave the others for the moment. But we should, I think, maybe in this session, we might make it out of here and maybe start getting to a bit more civilization. As far as civilization goes in this area of the Borderlands. Okay. Been a minute since I've done some of these bits and bobs. Let's start with the more trivial tasks, and then we'll go and look at the ghosts of the vault. Quite a large area here, very similar to the dust in Borderlands 2. Has a similar size and vibe and all the rest of it. Is this the place where there's the place off the cliff? It is. If you've been watching my Borderlands playthrough, there was an area that had a cliff like this, and I was like definite there was something over the edge. And I was confused, it was just here. And now, I'm regretting not picking up that revolver pieces quest, because I think that this is one of the places you pick up a revolver piece. I should have just picked them all up. There's no reason not to have all the quests. I was just being lazy and thinking that was going to save me from being really stupid. I've got to remember my buttons as well. I still haven't changed them over, and that was meant to be me jumping, and I pulled my ult, which is going to be... oh. I have a valve right here somewhere. Go and have a look at this. Jump is back there. Jump is back there. Jump is back there. It's definitely not going to happen. I'm just going to press that wrong all the time. I assume that I wasn't able to customize my buttons, and that was the problem. No, I can't customize my buttons. Why did I just not do that before? Done. Oh, darn. End customization. Back out before you mess anything else up. Right, there we go. Why have I not done that? I did not think it was going to be that straightforward. I was obviously lacking confidence in the game. That has just made my life a lot easier. Just one less thing that I might make excuses of. And that is only a good thing for you, my friends. Trust you me. Get out of here. These guys. I love that. Like crazy cats, but insect slugs. Get off me. I'm sick of you guys. We're getting out of here. It's still so just nostalgic being back in this game. I've played it a lot over the years. Not as much probably as the more recent Borderlands. 2 was the one that really took over my life, and I still probably consider that my favourite game of all time for a number of reasons. But this one, it's so good being back in here and seeing all of this with the increased field of view, all the benefits of the up-resing and stuff they've done over time, but being on the PC and having the increased field of view, and being able to see these areas with more of a thematic point of view, just being able to see the areas more full and complete and how they connect together. The original field of view, I think, for this was crazy low. It was really, really low on console when this first came out. Too dark, I can't see. I mean, it was probably like 70 or something stupid. It was insanely low. But that's what you had to do. I'm not sure if that was a level issue there or what. But I didn't seem to be doing great damage to the vehicles. That's something I did remember being a little bit awkward sometimes. Marker I've managed to give myself. Just going to save time and run these guys over. So need to be careful not to get blown up in my vehicle. I'll be taking that. But yeah, these places just look so different when you can see so much more, such big expansive area, and you had to kind of navigate that with, you know, the screen looked half of what you'd see here. It just was nothing. You couldn't see this big, you could not see that that was a big mountain mass like that. You would only ever see that as just a bit of a wall somewhere. And to be able to see the, I guess we wouldn't have even had it pop into existence back on the console, but to be able to see the beacon that we've highlighted on the other side of the area there in the distance, so much more. It just looks fantastic in comparison. And it is, you know, for such a simple idea with the art style, I mean, so much of this does just look, you know, breathtaking. It does look really pleasant on the eyes. They did such a great job with the look and vibe of the game. Very, very underrated. Platforming, my old nemesis. This is so good. I'm very excited to get to later stages of the game. The sort of arid Badlands area that we're in here is, you know, it's a dusty area that's, you know, got a very, very limited colour palette. It's nothing much to look at in itself. But when you get to some areas of the game where more colour is going to come into it, more geometry and assets that are a bit more varied in terms of their colour and the sort of life that they sort of are conveying to us. Just the look of things. Don't know. It will be very cool to see, and particularly when the game really came into its own in the DLC stuff. Those will be fantastic. I can't wait to get to Dr. Ned's Zombie Island to do a lot of the locations in the General Knox DLC. Yeah, that's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. And so we do need to keep cracking away at this. I think this whole starting area, everything we've played up till now in the Borderlands series, I think did put a lot of people off. I think a lot of people didn't get what they were trying to do. It does just look bland and repetitive for quite some time. And unless you put that time investment into the game and get past that, then you know, you could easily miss what the point is, what the actual vision for this project was. And that's what we want to get to. We want to get to the real heart of Borderlands 1. Which is just a big pile of skiffids. Skiffids. I hate you! Ah! Ah! Yeah. Curious about this item here. Why does it have a yellow border? Okay, fine. You guys asked for this. I can dive around as well. Everything has yellow borders. I don't know why. In my mind, they were all white. Oh dear. We can see what happened here. The Siphid egg exploded. They burst into this poor chap's shack and have rendered him dead. And these other people dead. Everybody's dead. Whoops. That totally just baited me. Imagine trying to deal with these things with half of the field of view. I can tell you that was the stuff of nightmares. Now, technically this is counted as the death race bit because you just go around this track, and I think the Siphids will just pop up, and as we run them over, then we complete our task, and then they'll all be dead. I mean, I've driven away from too many of them, but I'm just going to go around this course anyway. I feel like it sort of adds a little bit to the story of the world, these sort of race tracks they have in. They have this in Borderlands 2. I don't know if I recall seeing anything in Borderlands 3. I guess the idea has perhaps been abandoned by then, but I assume at some point they were thinking of actually having this as a sort of a functional racetrack that you maybe could have been blasting around. I mean, why not? It's all just more options for what you're allowing your players to engage in, to help build the world, to make it feel more of a lived-in place. But yeah, alas, I don't think that happens. Maybe it does, maybe my memory is just letting me down, but it's still a pretty cool thing just to have Are we only on 13 of 50? 13 of 50? There's a lot of skiffids. The cat noise really throws me off. Makes me feel more bad than I am. So, I'm not sure what happened there, but the game did not like. But we should still keep our progress, so no biggie. I guess one of those was an explodey Sifid. Filled up. Bursting to the brim with some sort of explosive gas. Right, let's carry on around the track because I feel like that's the most fun way to do this, and I think that a number of them had built up in the tunnel because they had been trying to follow us from our first ride around, so you may find as we go around here there'll be a few more. No, I was wrong. But a lot more jumped up there, so we're going to go straight back through. Get out of the road. Actually don't, I need you there. Stay in the road. I'm not sure if that's a shortcut or what that is. We have this little extra path. Oh, cool. Fail. Quick, before the Siffids come. Quick! That's close. $15 for blue? I mean, we hit a lot of big boys on the way around here. This is a little unfair with all these little ones. I feel like maybe this should have been done by weight. £1,000 worth of Siffids. Run over, please. Could have been a dinner mission for someone. Roadkill roaches. Roachkill. Roachkill. Sorry. We've been on this track for so long now that I'm beginning to lose my mind. I thought all those Siffids in the house were going to count. House? Office? Whatever it is. Right. Is that one done? What else do we want to do while we're out here? Full fuel feud. And then we'll go to the vault. Oh. We have to face Skagzilla. I mean, this is the VAULTZILLA channel. This guy is inexplicably tied to this. Definitely was in my mind, but not the true reason for the name, but could not be ignored that Skagzilla was there, and even by accident had been a name that was passed off in the process of doing that. Get out there, Mad Mel Patrol. I'm gonna let you live this time. Why am I going back to where I was earlier? That makes me sad. That's my bad. I would have been able to multitask on these a lot better if my memory of this location was better. Go away, car.
Shoot them all!
Still level appropriate, which is good.
More need for me!
Oh. Where did you go? Come here. Oh, oh dear. Definitely the hardest of the Borderlands games. They have only got easier. Some of that is, no, I could have just teleported straight to my driving seat as I'd left my car there, and it was still there. Instead, we are going to have to re-drive across the map. Also a byproduct of my poor memory on stuff. And being distracted. And stupid. Probably some other excuses. Pull this before I actually get to destroy it this time, which is what I use it. I should really be falling back on that a lot because Pixel is super duper fantastic. Nice couple of chests here, this is worth it. Take that. Good to see that's above my level. Means that I'm doing the right thing by oh, well, and that one's massively below, so ignore my comment. I was going to say, it's good to see that I have made the right decision by slowing myself a bit. Right, let's get this other fuel tank, then we're going to go check out the Ghost of the Vault. Go and head back to check out with the bounty board. And then I think we might be ready to move on to the Mad Mel boss fight. My health went down to 2 there. I sort of thought I was going to drop earlier than I did. Sup, blood? Good, car's still intact. Definitely something to keep in mind when you're doing these little taxi around activities, because that does just slow you down a heck of a lot. Oh right, sorry, I said we're going to Skagzilla. Level 20. This might be painful. We'll go and do that first. Yeah, we'll go and do that first. Try and do that first. We should get a pretty decent gun from this if we can clear it. Which is the elephant gun, I believe. Which is just it's effectively a sniper without a scope. And it hits pretty decent. Just hard, slow firing. Bit of fun. So we'll give that a look if we can clear this. Yeah, I'm bringing lunch. Come on. This is definitely going to be a ult situation. Ult's going to carry me through this fight. It certainly would not be the first time that I use this as a crutch for literally everything. But it's a heck of a lot of fun. Ultimate melee magnetism. Got some fire going on. Fire's good for anything fleshy. If you hit the target. What to do, I believe. There we go. It's not big numbers though. What is this thing? Am I dragging my heels on the gear? Level 15. I mean, that should be better. Stick with what we got. Jostled around a lot by the being knocked and such. Punchy. Oh, open your mouth for me. That's what we need.
There is something wrong with your twist, Mr. Scarecrowzino. If you maybe just say ah.
Alright, fine, we'll just punch him in the armpit. That's fine too. Well, I'm making progress and we haven't got down yet, so that's also good. So avoid stuff like that. Shoot me in the old boot. Didn't like that. Did not like that at all. Punch in the butt. I think you do better damage if you're hitting their non-armored bit anyway. That does tend to be the rule with Skags. Whether that applies to Skagzilla, I do not know. The mouth is the main crit you want to go for with any Skags. When they open that mouth, you want to be aiming straight down the throat. Except when he does that. Oh, please. Very handy with the auto pickup on the health now. You used to have to pick everything up manually. Definitely had some issues with Skagzilla in the past when I've been rushing through the game and got to this and been stuck in this arena and chipping away so slowly. So I am very happy that that basically worked out and it wasn't an absolute nightmare. Because it certainly could have been. Ooh. Well, hello. And I think that's our first legitimate legendary drop so far in this playthrough. So that was definitely worthwhile. That is going to carry us for some time. That is good to have. Excellent. Sucker punch. Your shoelace is untied. 500 plus melee damage. That's definitely good for us as Brick. Nice. Okay. And we now have the ability to get health back while we're doing our berserk mode, so that is going to make us even better on the survivability. We are getting stacked up pretty nice here, making some decent progress. This car has been trapped in there for quite some time, I think. I feel like I maybe should go and give them a hand. What am I even looking at? Whoa. I'm gonna help you guys out. It's pretty funny to look at. I mean, if a game can be broken, I'll find it being broken. Don't know if you heard that there, but we got the really there we go, another one. Really obvious on the Mario jump sound file that just randomly activates now and again. Okay, right. Ghosts of the Vault. This is pretty cool mission. It would have taken, if I'd have done all the quests and other bits and pieces around in the first area and the second area and more around here, it takes quite some time to get to this bit. So when I was originally doing a playthrough in this game, you know, this felt like it could have been the end of the game comparative to a lot of other games that were around at the time. It sort of felt like, oh, maybe this is kind of like how things finish off, because it really changes the vibe and things that are going on with the story. Oh, well, let's just go and see what we get, and then I'll talk about it a bit more after the fact. You had to do it, didn't you? You had to down me as I was dropping. I'm going to have to assess the health situation. I am dropping a little bit too quick. I wonder if I got a checkpoint for making it all the way down that lift. I did not. My vehicle should still be up though. There you go. That's how it's done. So your nice mobile checkpoint there, very handy. No fall damage in Borderlands games, so we'll be able to drop down here nice and quick. But I'm gonna deal with these guys first this time. Very short range on the melee, isn't it? Let's stop anyway. I wonder if you're meant to do that. I've just got a little hole of guys down here. There we go. Boo! That guy didn't even see it coming. Big boy. 500% extra on the melee damage. That's pretty tasty. These guys fighting each other down here. This bruiser down because he's going to be my easiest target to go for when I drop. And it just goes so dark, doesn't it? Under the lift or something near me over in this direction that's still hitting me. There you are. Now you're just in a random place. I'm not sure if I should go down here. I have this horrible out of geometry kind of vibe there that's going to not going to work out.
What are you? Scared? Something?
Ooh, I wanted to get a bit closer to him, really. No crawling in this one. That's a negative. Ooh. Sorry, Shelf. At least we got our checkpoint that time. Joke's on him.
Mali-Wan guns shoot more lightning than the next leading competitor.
Still just holding on to those more for the love of it. Sledge's shotgun. That can go now. Keep that sniper for a moment. I'm not really too bothered about those. Probably more likely to take myself out. No! Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Wait a second. What's my... Requires secret armory.
Get your meds here. Hyperion asks, what good is a gun that doesn't shoot where you point? Get a gun that's as accurate as you are.
259, 36. I'll buy that back anyway.
If you need healing, step right up.
I think that's better than anything else I got going on. What's my melee bonus on my current class mod? Let's take that. So that's got a nice suite of extras. I don't have enough money for that. Never mind. And I guess it means my shield is not in that bad a position. I'm just being a pussy. There's no ammo machine. Okay, right, let's just go and see what we get. So, you obviously come down to this dig site, and we've now got scenery with wiggly light things on it. And this is, you know, now stepping into something that's very different than anything we've seen before. We've got the crystals and everything else. These are obviously looking like columns or something that is not just a natural formation. And you then get this arch, and it's like, wait a minute, what? Where are we going with this? We were talking about alien technology, and that's the whole kind of why people have gold rushed to Pandora. And now we've got statues, we've got all of this coming on. You know, this is now really setting the stage for what the game is, and boom, there you go. Crazy alien stuff you got to start fighting. Yeah, this is where it really kind of kicked in. Oh wow, this game's going to be like crazy sci-fi. I thought it was just going to be just, you know, a bit of kind of cowboy sci-fi. Alright. Accept. You know that quote? Stick it in the comments below. Well, a reference. Hardly a quote, but reference. Pitiful, pitiful. Ooh! I'm taking that. Nice. So, yeah, you know, you got this situation. The story around that was, you know, oh, there's been noises at this dig site, and people have reported seeing creatures and ghosts, blah, 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 blah. You come down here, get attacked by some guardians. You've got this stuff, you've got the vault symbol here. Which is quite interesting, actually. Like, I'm surprised we haven't ever specifically come back to this place, because that is obviously sort of looking like a sort of normal vault gate. It's a smaller one. That could be interesting. I might have to remember that for some of my other video stuff I'm looking to do. Screenshot of that. Yeah, but this is just a very cool location that just sort of gives you, you know, it's another carrot on the stick to kind of carry you forward. If you've been playing the game to this point, this is the point I would say is the real change around, because then it's like, here's this other thing that's going to start being brought into the story. You've just been wandering around in the desert, effectively, and now we're talking about actual aliens that are here that you're going to have to deal with, monolithic statues and obviously structures that are, you know, this is going to be a bigger thing that's going to appear in the story if you progress. There's going to be more of this. And so you then get drawn more into the want to move forward. I never noticed all these vault symbols on these. Wow, that's excessive. But they knew what they wanted to do. Very, very cool. And there's lots of little kind of things that just drop into the story as you go, but you just have to have spent some time to get to this point. Just trivial stuff under there. Yeah. Okay. That guy finally fell down. Oh no. That's one of his buddies. He's still up there. It's like a shadow thing. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Sorry. I'll get moving. I'm gonna go straight through this guy. Whoa. Right, let's go get this stuff turned in. And then see what else we get.
Time to pound some meat puppets.
Pop up. I think we might be ready to face Mad Mel. Get out of my way. Cars are handy. Wow, his axe went flying. There it is. His buzz axe's final resting place. Until someone steps on it. Patrol run has destroyed 2 of 8. No, thank you. I'm not going to bother with that right now. Unless it feels like I need to. Well, that being said, maybe I need to do all this stuff in order to open up the Mad Mel fight. Not sure. We got another skill there, so let's just up our health back. Road Warrior hotshots for Lucky Zafford. Oh, that's the road. Right, okay. Sorry. I am going to have to do that despite my unwant. Because as they are Mad Mel's patrols, I think we're basically doing that to antagonize him and draw him out into a confrontation. So we're going to have to try and bump more of these guys off. It's probably going to take me a few vehicles to do it. What are you guys doing out here? This one that's sort of sitting here again. You guys are having problems with that rock. And we are going to take full advantage of that. I like when bugs work to my favour. Lovely.
Hey, is Lucky only sending you on missions that, like, destroy my stuff? Seriously, I think he's putting bad guys and runners just so you can get on to blowing them up.
Of course. We were talking about this the other day, and although it's probably come up multiple times since, we were talking about the 2 clans that in the dust in the Borderlands games. There's 2 specific clans that are always at each other's throats, and it is the Hodunks and the Zaffords. Zaffords is the one I couldn't remember at the time, and it's the Zaffords we're currently doing these little tasks for. Lucky Zafford. I think that Moxie and Scooter and all that are Hodunks, so I think that's sort of where some of this stuff is coming from. These guys are really getting stuck. Don't remember them being this bad at dealing with the geometry, so perhaps that's to do with some changes that were made for enhancing the game, or to do with the way that the game has changed. There are things that can come in as problems with gaming, as simple as things where if you've allowed a higher frame rate, it can mess up animations so that the fact they don't react in the way they were originally programmed to. In Borderlands 2, for example, there's actually some situations where, because you can run the game at a higher frame rate, your character can get stuck on like steps and bits of geometry which they wouldn't have done originally, which is a very weird problem to have, but it is a problem nonetheless. Alright, that's all 8 of our vehicles done at least, so if we die now, that's probably only going to work to our advantage to get us back to where we need to be quicker.
Oh, can't you blow up some of my rides? Bandits or no, those were some pristine tail-getting machines.
It's a good thing that in Borderlands 2, Scooter brings in some better measures to safeguard his vehicles, stop people abusing the catch-a-ride. One of the early missions in Borderlands 2 has us having to trick the machine into allowing us access, and that's only a good thing. That's, I presume, why in that game as well you don't tend to see bad guys in the runners. They instead have switched over to using kind of bandit trucks, which you have to get one yourself to infiltrate a stronghold at one point, which is how we get introduced to Scooter's sister Ellie. Not there. Zeph. Right, this is a great start. Every bandit runner you destroy weakens Mad Mel that much more. Bandit Apocalypse. Kill Mad Mel, then talk to Claptrap, and be allowed into New Haven. And that is what I am counting as civilization in this game. That is when you really kind of have a bit of a home base, and that's sort of a real... It's almost like everything up to that point is... It's like what they do with the films these days quite often, where you have almost a big chunk of story, and then they bring up the the titles, the credits, and then the film kind of starts proper. It's almost like that with this. All of this stuff that's come before is almost just a prelude to just being in the proper game. I didn't actually take in how difficult this was going to be. I'm going to fill up my ammo, just because chances are my runner will get absolutely totaled almost straight away, and I'll be running around on foot anyway. So I want to be fairly reasonably stocked, and hopefully we take this down. This is a pretty cool fight. It's obviously, all of this is obviously very, very dated at this point. Not sure if that's the best weapon setup I should have gone with as well, but we're just going to go for it. It's interesting I've got this targeting. I don't recall having that before.
Hey, you say hello from Scooter. And by that I mean you just go murder the crap out of him, alright?
Okay, make sure we get our checkpoint. Here we go, into Mad Mel's arena. Pretty cool. And now we're going to have to deal with a number of bandits running around, as well as Mad Mel in his own vehicular contraption, shall we say. And that's a great start. Well, we knew this was going to happen. Even faster than I thought. Bumped out the vehicle, not able to get back to the vehicle, and then completely run over. In a pinch, I'm not going to do it now, unless I have to, but just because of the nature of how mechanics with games work and how they have things set out. When I used to play this and be very, very under-leveled, you can just stay here and use this for cover and just shoot them with whatever you got. Snipers or rocket launchers tended to be the best, but we're going to go back into the arena, see if we can get our car back, and try and... Let me just call up a new car, because I think it's going to be better to have the rocket launcher one anyway. And that one's probably damaged at this point, so let's just get a fresh one. And it means I'm less likely to get run over in the process. whether it's accurate, having issues navigating. I had to confess, although I stopped and turned around there, my experience with these fights was typically that's a bad idea. As soon as you go static, it starts to go wrong. If you can avoid it, definitely better to keep on the move. Come here. Come closer, little friend. Nice. Vehicle's got stuck again. That's happening an awful lot. That's got to be something to do with the enhanced edition of the game. I don't think I'm bothered, but it just doesn't. It's not a good look. Okay, so Mad Mel is now out in his vehicle. Gonna get run over in about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh no, close. Right, let's get a fresh one.
Let's get you rolling.
I'm not digging this brown. I think that's the problem. Let's get a nice power punching pink. Nope. Don't get stuck on the spot. Because they're out of their vehicle, but as previously mentioned, I don't want to get too static for too long. Stunts! That was going to last 2 more seconds. Slow damage on Mel. Getting wrecked. So you can see now why I used to take advantage of this ramp at the back here, but we are going to try and do this fairly legit. However, it's quite possible I'm going to get out and try and punch all of this stuff. Punching just works when you don't get run over. There seems to be so little ads as well. This used to have a lot more of the little guys like running around that meant that you could actually get up and stay in the fight a bit more. Let's go in and just try a punchy, see if we can survive at any time doing that. Has he flipped the vehicle? That car looks like it's driving backwards and firing a lot. That was interesting. Not quite close enough to get my zoom on there. Not going to be able to consistently keep up with any of these, unfortunately. Go have a look. There should just be a lot more midgets and psychos running around that mean that you have something to use. I'm not sure if the runners constantly respawn, so there's always going to be 2 of them as well, or whether I can actually take them out. But obviously this is not going that well. Just try and keep on Mel. I don't think it matters if we kill any of the other stuff. The rebound on that as well, like when my car flipped and his flipped, didn't used to be this wild. You used to be able to sort of bop around a lot more, like if you ever played the old Destruction Derby, where everything feels heavier and clunkier. I don't recall being sent flying around like that as easily as that is, and that's obviously thrown the whole fight out there, because I could have tried to sort of pin him a little bit and kept some fire on him, but it's just every time we touch it's just throwing everything all over the place. thought I'd be close enough there to get my lunges on as well. Tremors are being painfully accurate with the explosions. Maybe we are gonna choose this. Not going great. Unlike later Borderlands games as well, it's not like I can hijack their vehicles and then be able to just sort of bounce between them. So, not gonna lie, this feels pretty painful right now. I mean, the rockets I got a higher risk of missing the shot, whereas the machine guns at least are a bit more sustained fire. We did have that targeting thing. I don't know if that's going to do some auto aiming for me, whether that's going to be useful. Yeah, so I think that's actually selecting for my turret. Just keep things tagged on him. It's just too easy for the vehicle to go. And with nothing to get up, we're just stuck. Did we take down a runner there? Did it stay dead? Maybe it did. I think maybe there's only one runner. If I'm actually making progress and it's not just resetting everything, then I'll keep trying to do this. But if it's just respawning everything faster than I can take it out and my vehicle's just dying constantly, then there's no point in that. A bit of progress there, at least. That's a shame, but did that explosion take down the second runner? You just need... still got 2 reds up. Okay, but it does definitely have only 2 reds in there, which means that we did take 1 down. If we've got it a little less chaotic, and it's just a one-on-one, maybe we'll be alright. So let's try and take out the other runner. And then deal from there. So there's just too many. I mean, I'm not sure how you're meant to deal with that. And I can't seem to get a lock with this guy. There we go. We did get some okay damage on Mad Mel that last time. We did about half his damage, but it just comes straight back on the death, so... I'm going to give this 2 more tries before I start using more underhanded tactics. The rebound issue, combined with the fact that their rockets are being as accurate as they are and doing as much damage as they are, is just not good. So, unmark the vehicle again. That guy's out of the picture. That's something. Let's see if he respawns. Just give that up. Oh, getting stiff.
Let's get you rolling.
Right on, brother.
A level 20 relevant Mad Mel as well, so this shouldn't be that hard, but just these few technical issues that have come in are making this feel very unbalanced. This was, could be awkward before, I'm not going to lie, hence why I said about having used that ramp before. I need to get out of that quicker. I did try. Come back to me. Come back to me. There we go. Ooh. Well, I'm glad that we did that.
Mad Mel is gone, bless his worthless piece of crap soul. You become quite the little go-getter out there.
I do try.
Come by my shop when you get to New Haven. I'd quite like to meet you in person.
Sounds good, my man. I managed to do that legit, so I'm happy about that, despite it being an absolute S show. We got some other routes down there that can take us to some other areas a bit later on. For now, we need to just go over here and meet up with Clappy. This is a different claptrap. There should be a blue one, if I remember correctly. So not the same claptrap. There was a number of claptraps around at this point. Green. Well, I knew that it wasn't yellow. I am going to... I'll talk to this guy and go through here, but then I'm going to stop before we get to New Haven today, and then we'll start with that fresh next time, be able to have a good look around, and then go from there with a few more side quests probably. Right. Nice. Well, thank you very much. That was an interesting session, a little bit different, a little bit of just roaming around, ticking off a few different boxes for a few different things, getting to see a little bit more of where the game is ultimately going to be going, and then, yeah, getting to see me in a heck of a lot of pain, failing to deal with Mad Mel. Obviously a reference to Mad Max, by the way. Mad Mel being that Mel Gibson is the actor who played Mad Max, so Mad Mel is a very, very direct reference to that. And there's lots of Mad Max influence on this game just in general, and that's something that's been stated by Gearbox before. Yeah, I feel like dialogue stuff's going to start just pouring in at this point, so we'll call it there for today. But thank you very much for this continuation of Borderlands 1. I hope you had fun. If you did, please do stick around, check out more of my videos. Please do support me in all the standard YouTube ways, and we'll be back to this real soon, and I will catch you soon, Vault Hunters. All the best, take it easy, peace out.